Welcome back to another video with IDN TV. Now this video is number 4 of Takeoff losing his life November 1st in downtown Houston, Texas after a private party let out. So the news and the major media outlets have been following this case, and now a local news company in Houston has showed the Migos' final moments. They actually traveled to a local jewelry store in Houston with Johnny Dane, and they caught everything on surveillance. Now the video shows Quavo and Entourage. They were at the jewelry store before they actually met up with the goons in Houston to go to the bowling alley. Now according to Johnny Dane, he says that Quavo and Takeoff were there to get their jewelry clean, and the owner said he even stayed open later than normal so he can accommodate the Atlanta group.
And Mia, you can see live out here this evening that those flowers and candles are continuing to pile up out here. We've heard from people really from all across the country remembering Takeoff's legacy, including one Houston jeweler who was one of the last to see him. Johnny Dang, owner of Johnny Dang Iced Out Jewelry, was one of the last stops Takeoff would make just hours before the downtown shooting at 810 Billboard and Bowling.
We open late for you because that's a convenient that I always take care of them.
Surveillance video from inside Dang's Richmond Avenue store shows Takeoff and Quavo with Entourage entering the store around 7 p.m. Monday night. Dang says the two came in to have some pieces clean and look at some other items.
Of course, man, I was so sad. Right here, I just stand right here. If you can see, be able to see video, he just sat right there on Monday night.
Now more footage has been released additional to the angle that I posted yesterday, so I'll just play everything for you guys. Check it out. Between Quavo and another person. Now in the video it shows Quavo going back and forth with another man, and then you can hear Quavo say something about basketball, something within the sorts of he doesn't care about basketball. Now a few seconds after, a fight ensues or a scuffle starts, and this is when the shots go off. Now out of respect for the family and the people involved, I'll show what I can respectfully.
They know y'all, but they're not going to be disrespectful because they want it. They don't be disrespectful. You win basketball. Now I'm kidding about no basketball, bro. You just play basketball. You just saw me play basketball. Y'all niggas just in the gym. Play like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't finna sit.
Now from the looks of it, Quavo was definitely trying to defuse the situation or the altercation, or at least the argument. But a lot of people reviewing the clip failed to mention that Quavo said, "Let's go before I hurt someone," or in the range of that. Now this is what set off the fight and eventually the shooting. Now some say Quavo was to blame for the shooting to actually start. I mean, those words basically mean in the street, it's a threat without saying it's a threat. Kind of like a passive aggressive tactic. And somebody definitely picked up on the wordplay and made their move. Now answer this in the comments, you guys. Now if Quavo would have just left and removed himself, now they say Takeoff was hit twice. According to the coroner, Takeoff was hit multiple times. The Harris County medical examiner lists his cause of death as a penetrating gunshot wound to his head and torso into the arm. So he was only hit twice. In his head, and then he was hit in his torso area, and the bullet traveled and ended up in his arm. Now during the whole shooting ordeal, 2 other people were shot as well, including Takeoff. Now according to TMZ, Quavo's assistant was shot as well. Joshua Washington, a 23-year-old, was shot and rushed to a hospital. Now his injuries are non-life threatening. According to his Instagram, he's labeled as Quavo's assistant, and he's a part of the operations manager at Huncho Records, which is Quavo's label. Now, speaking of Houston, a lot of people have been talking back and forth. A lot of people feel some type of way about Takeoff dying in Houston. So Jay Prince, who is one of the prominent figures in Houston, he spoke out. Now, Jay Prince is pretty much the pioneer to this whole Rap-A-Lot Records, and his sons, I think he has 3 or 4 sons, and they're pretty much the olive branch to him. They bring in younger artists, they bring in younger people. So one of Jay Prince's sons was in network with Quavo and Takeoff in the Migo group. So when they came this past weekend, of course they was hanging out with one of Jay Prince's sons. Now, Jay Prince, like I said, he's pretty much the godfather in Houston, and he's definitely the father to the younger kids. He had something to say about this on his Instagram. So he went to his page. Now, he spoke about Takeoff. Now, Takeoff was supposed to be in Houston, protected and out of dangerous situations. And the hip-hop community is not feeling Jay Prince and his sons and how their entourage didn't help. Now, Jay Prince Sr. went to his page and he said this. The Prince family would like to send our condolences to the family and friends of a beautiful soul, Takeoff. Therians and families around the world, this one breaks my heart because Takeoff was a brother, a son, a role model, and a God-loving human being. Grief is the price of love, a bill people from across the globe are paying right now as we mourn the loss. I've been knowing Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset for many years. We have nothing but mutual love for one another, and that ain't gonna never change where we are concerned. This shouldn't have happened in our city. This shouldn't have been recorded, and damn sure shouldn't be circulating across social media for family, friends, and fans to see. As I write this, I'm angry about the lack of love and respect we have for another as a race, in which it brings us back to the same tragic place of on black killing. They say Satan is the author of confusion, and right now there are a lot of lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. I consider myself a man that's quick to listen and slow to speak. Therefore, whoever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known that you can't hide behind me, beside me, or anywhere near me because I don't tolerate dumb stuff. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolish and has to be owned by the fool. I will sum up this by saying a gun in the hands of a human that closes their eyes to shoot, doesn't have the proper skills of operating a gun is dangerous, and the results usually end with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot or killed. To the homies in Georgia and around the world that got love for Takeoff, like we do know this, let's change the narrative in our culture by putting the end to every argument or disagreement resulting into violence. It's okay to live and let to see another day. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Now, a lot of people under the comments wasn't feeling what Jay Prince Sr. was saying, and I'm going to show you a few of the comments. See what they're saying? My tops killed Takeoff. Facts. Tell that to your son. First Duke the Jeweler, now Takeoff. Ain't nobody trying to read Martin Luther King's speech. Folks want to see where you stand on it. Y'all did him dirty. Where's the request? And on, no accountability. So a lot of people feel some type of way. Now, of course, Takeoff's Instagram has gained over 1 million followers since the situation happened. His account, which had 7.6 million before his passing, has now skyrocketed to 8.6 million followers in just 48 hours. Now, Roddy Ricch showed love to Takeoff, and he told the world how he found out about Takeoff being killed. He spoke about this during a concert yesterday.
I was in a hotel room last night. I went to sleep, and I woke up, and the first call I got was one of my friends. He go by the name of Takeoff. He lost his life last night, so you know, y'all gotta make some noise for Takeoff one time in this motherfucker. I took that shit really hard because, you know, in this industry, it's not a lot of people that we can come close to and really be real friends with. You know, it's not a lot of people that we can bring around our family or, you know, really deal with on that personal level. He was one of them guys. He was a real good guy.
Now, the people in Georgia are already showing love to Takeoff. They already put up a mural for him in Atlanta. Check it out, right next to a skate park in the Atlanta area. Now, that's all I have for you guys right now. I just want to keep you updated on exactly what's going on with Takeoff, and you know, they found anybody, whatever the case. Once the police and once the news reports it, the major outlets, I'll be the first to get it to you guys. So make sure you like the video. I will catch you on the next one. IDN signing out.